Hey, you know, this last year I was kind of going through some health issues, and you said that yoga, meditation, spirituality really helped you get through some things. Anything, one or two tips you have for me before we cut to the next segment?
Sure, I
Meditation.
always love a dose
Yeah.
of philosophy and
Yeah.
spiritualism
Yeah.
in our life.
Yeah.
And that's important, and that'll get you over a lot of pain that you go through. I'm not saying it'll go away,
Right.
but it's easier to deal with it in some way. And you know, the Maharajas and the Rishis and all are able to do it in a way that we probably can't. We can think about it, but they do it because they're separate.
We'll be right back with Sabina and Prabha Duneja.
When she visited India, she visited a school for handicapped children and saw them hungry for the lack of funding. She returned to the US and wanted to resolve the problem. Every year, she raises over $10,000 for their well-being. Who is this inspirational lady? Well, it is our very own Mrs. Prabha Duneja, the president of the Gita Society. For today's episode, we will be meeting Mrs. Prabha Duneja, a Hindu scholar, author, and the president of the Gita Society. She has many feathers on her cap, but we'll be talking about young women and the issues that they may face every day. So I recently read that you won the Global Citizen Award. Do you mind talking a little bit about that award and what it entails?
Yes, Global Citizen Award was given to me by United Nations Association Bay Area, and that was because of the services Gita Society provides in India to orphanages and schools, and also in South Africa. We are supporting several orphanages, but most of our work is focused on the girls' orphanage. And this is known as Arya Kanya Sadan, and it's in Faridabad. And I was introduced to that orphanage on my 50th birthday. And I was so impressed by their work, and so I decided to help them.
Do you think that an education has changed the way a woman might think? Like, for example, they are more career focused as opposed to wanting to get married and have a family at an early age?
Yes, that is the thing which really I was touched, and I was really impressed that they want to be professional. And also they know that if they are educated and they are professional, then they will find the right person also to get married, you know, the right family.
So tying in what you had to say about the orphanage and education, college these days are a very high stress zone. What are some advice you may have so that college kids can learn to balance everything?
First of all, you know, every student has to understand one thing, that they are the responsible member of society. And whatever a person does, a student does, it's not just for concerning him or herself. It involves the entire society, parents and community. So they have to take the responsibility at the individual level and as well as global level. So for that, it is very important to find time for some prayer and yoga every day. It may sound odd, but I personally believe that they have to find time for yoga so that they can be in touch with themselves.
I mean, that's really good what you said, because I know a lot of students nowadays, it really takes an effort just to try and meditate or get 5 minutes out of their day just for themselves between midterms, internship, and work. So it gets really hectic in school. So kind of tying that into commitments, because we don't have a lot of time to have commitments or relationships. Like, what is your view on like having commitments and how students nowadays might not feel that it's a priority, and that's something that they may not want to pursue? They think that marriage is somewhat like a burden, like it's too hard, it's like laid out by the law, and it's not something that they're comfortable doing.
Yeah, that's something I have noticed in the society, that people are losing respect for the institute of marriage. And although marriage is a commitment, but at the same time, it's a relationship ordained by God Himself, which helps the individual at the individual level and also helps the society in which they live.
Oh, that's so interesting. And tying that into like societal like roles, how do you think a woman's role is defined as like a daughter, a mother, or like a mother-in-law, like between those different roles?
The life of a student at college, when she enters into the fast moving stream of married life and also the professional life, it sometimes can become very stressful on her.
Yeah.
Like keeping everybody happy, you know, cooking the food at home and taking care of things. And because a woman is expected to just manage the home, as well as keep everybody happy in the family, and at the same time be a very successful person at her work also. So all these things are possible, just if she disciplines her life. And the discipline in the life again comes making time for herself. She has to like herself, love herself, respect herself, and make time for herself.
Well said. And I just wanted to thank you again for coming to the show today. And to my audience, if you guys have any questions about what Prabhaji has said today or any insights, please email me at sabina@womennow.tv. And we look forward to seeing you again for the next episode of Young Living with Sabina.